What's going on, everybody? LK here, back at it again with another video. And today, probably maybe the last, at least on the top end, character video. I know people have kind of been waiting for this one, and I've been quietly hinting at it. So before we talk, we pretty much talked about Kid Buu, Bardock, but on the other end, like, why are people dropping Bardock, Adult Gohan, Teen Gohan? And I said to be saving GT for last because I wanted to do it from like a slightly different perspective, which is because this always comes up, right? So it usually people will ask me, why do you think Kid Buu is better than GT? So this is the perspective I want to go from today. It's gonna be Kid Buu and GT, but really it's GT. But we're gonna use Kid Buu to help me out here a little bit. GT, by the way, these two, I mean, especially for the top tier videos, right? Like, I think Kid Buu, GT, and Teen Gohan right now are the three best characters in the game, as I've said many times. But usually when people are like, oh, but who do you think is like the best? As you know, I've said I think Kid Buu is the best. Kid Buu is a ridiculous character. And then the immediate next question is, why don't you think GT is the best? Why? So I'll tell you why. So GT has a ton of good stuff going for him. We all know he's very, I say, is easily the most meta-defining character of Season 2. You see him a lot in tournaments and stuff. And let's attack this first. So what is so good about GT? This is going to be pretty short because we mostly all know, right? He has good pressure, right? Good in that it's like long. His frame rate is actually like okay, like pretty standard. Like his mediums are both punishable, but as we know in this game, like that is kind of risky to do. So this is like -6. The 5M is -7, right? What is good about his pressure? There's a couple good things about his pressure. One is that it's long, mostly because of auto combo. So the segment of his auto combo is really long, and if you let him stagger you, then he gets his assist back almost guaranteed, which is a really good thing. Also, both his moves, so like, this is pretty standard, but him doing this kind of pressure means more than other characters. Again, because of him getting his assist back is a big deal. The other things, he has extra low. So most characters, they have usually, so say Kid Buu, he has like 2L, he has 2M, or 1M, stomp, whatever you want to call it. And once you block the stomp, there's no more lows to worry about. But similar to a couple characters, I think offhand, like Cooler has this and Cell has this. He has a low he could put really late in his string. Not only that, but sensitive airborne. So it does a couple things. One, safe exit for pressure, can create like kind of RPS situations without assists. Most people just kind of like get out of there though, or maybe like try to stick a move in late, something like that. Two, it's a low, so people can't like block your two lows and then mash reflect. You can punish them and get like a combo. That's pretty good. He has an airborne special move for 50/50s. It's a pretty common good thing that most small characters have. So like Kid Buu has a bunch of moves. He has 2S and like ball, but GT has orb, notably orb, to do this into high-lows. Of course, if you play GT, you know there's a bunch of little rules you need to know about using the orb, but I won't go into that much here, right? So his offense is good, he has mix-up available, his corner carry is good, he's got a horizontal smash, like Cell, so your super dash sends you sideways. Now the downside is, of course, there are times where combo selection can be kind of hard, like this will not reach the corner. But as time has gone on, people have figured out ways. Am I a good enough player to do this on my first try? Oh, no, I am not. This is what I would actually do in a match, by the way. People have figured out ways to accommodate for positioning issues like that, because a lot of people play him. That's kind of nice. His assist is also the initial reason, one of the big initial reasons why people picked him, because we are desperately lacking in anti-air assists, and he has maybe the best one or tied for the best one. That's an interesting argument depending on which you think is better. Do you think DPs are better, or do you think like GT is better, or do you think like Frieza Trunks is better? That's a pretty interesting talk, I think. And then of course last but not least, that's Kid Buu. The Spirit Bomb. The Spirit Bomb for the Season 1 Oki. So what usually people say is that he's a Season 2 character with Season 1 tools, which is a nice, kind of nice short way of putting it, but I don't think... I think that kind of discredits what other characters can do with some of their tools, and some of the things they changed for Season 2 that are, like, positive. Now, if we compare with Kid Buu, though, so... at a glance, most people would also like that they're both small, right? Even though now, you know, it's 2020, everyone gets fuzzied equally. This is an equal society now. Still, being small is good in the game, especially because, like, you know, no anti-airs, so they're hard to catch. They can kind of, like, navigate pretty well. That part is still pretty good. I always thought for the most part, there's only a couple of big characters I would consider slow overall. I think it's just Cell and Broly. Besides that, like, the other big characters either like control space really well, or they have air mobility options, or some type of ground thing to, like, even if they can't move, you can't move, so it's okay. In the small characters case though, so if we start comparing and what I think is important and stuff, so the thing that I think sets Kid Buu apart from GT is neutral. So GT's neutral is really good also. But I wouldn't give him like a super totally like top class neutral game per se, because a lot of the things that people do with him rely on assists. Like a lot of common things GT players use to win neutral rely on assists. When you see GT players alone with no assist, or they have solo GT, they are basically running around trying to hit you with something. The hope of hitting you with something so that they can actually get a game plan going. His neutral alone is not amazing. It's, let's say, it's slightly better than average. So you could put stuff on screen, right? You have moves like EX Tackle and Orb to control space, Pogo if you're willing to risk it, which there's spots where you can use it, and his jump light is good. And he is small, so he can jump around, but it's also hard for him to kind of like be like, oh, I'm gonna get here and like stop you and pin you down, because the only things he has that jail into vanish are this and this as far as neutral. So he has this too, but do you think you're going to hit somebody with this in neutral? Like, I don't think so. So you're basically relying on your beam. He has no key blasts, so it's really hard for him to commit and pick something. Like, usually when you see GT players come in on people with no assist, it's either they took a risk with Lariat or something, or the opponent ran into something, or the GT player super overextended to get in, right? As opposed to Kid Buu. Kid Buu doesn't need to get in, because he has way better neutral tools. He's got 2S, he's got Stomp. While he's jumping around like this, he's got Orb, which gets him to the ground, and if you catch him blocking, you get plus frames. So when he's moving around, you or the opponent has a lot more to look for, and Kid Buu could take advantage of that and run in because of it, because you're looking for this, or you're looking for this, or you don't want to block, let's say, this or this. So what really in my head puts Kid Buu ahead is, one of the things that puts him ahead is the neutral game. So Kid Buu, of course, with assist, he's even better, right? With assist, he can do all sorts of stuff, right? But even alone, he is functional. While Kid Buu, not Kid Buu, sorry. While GT, you need like SSJ to help you like work your way in, or some type of assist to help you work your way in. Offense too. So offense wise, so this is going to be talking a little bit about the assists, but also about their individual offense. So they both have pretty top tier staggers, right? Kid Buu has a million extra buttons that you have to be scared of, like after 2S. He can special cancel in the ball and has options, stuff like that. I already talked about GTs, right? So as far as like their just standard block string offense, I feel like they're kind of the same, like pretty similar for different reasons, but they're pretty similar. What I like about Kid Buu over GT here is that Kid Buu doesn't rely on any assists, especially to get like mix-ups. So Kid Buu gets mix-ups from every assist in the game, essentially. Maybe not like Trunks, but like besides Trunks, he basically gets like this kind of thing from like every character. And even though I did it wrong because I don't play him, you get that from like every character, while GT you don't necessarily get that from every character everywhere. So like in the corner, of course, it's much easier to like set stuff up, right? So in the corner, you would do like, I don't know, buttons into this and into whatever, right? But mid screen, as we all know, like not even the low hits here. So mid screen, you have to come up with something else to work, right? So funny enough about this, a lot of people pick Kid Buu with GT because you're going to get some type of either like I don't know, something like this maybe, something like that, or some people do like a block string with this. I don't know. Like there's a few I've seen they use like Kid Buu and GT, but GT can't necessarily get strong mix-up options with all assist mid-screen, while Kid Buu just like anywhere all the time. And it's the flip where he gives other characters good mix-ups all the time too, right? So that's a really, really big thing on offense. As far as defense, they're kind of similar. And then the things like you have to unquestionably give GT as a character is like his level 3 knockdown is definitely better. I would say almost both of them are definitely better. Right, because he has this, and he has a Spirit Bomb, which we all know, we're all very familiar with, and the damage output for GT, because the Spirit Bomb is higher as well. Kid Buu's at a point right now where he can really reliably two-touch you. I don't necessarily know the route offhand. I think it's like, wow, I've never done it. I've never done this. They make it look so, when people do this combo, it's like like it's hard. I did that. I've never done this combo. That combo's not hard anyway. He's pretty optimized right now. His meter gain has never been like super great, but he can reliably two-touch you. GT of course can reliably two-touch you as well. They're both super scary and sparking, and overall they're like both super huge boons to a team. But like these little points about neutral and offense, I think really make the difference for me personally. So it's for anyone who says like I downplay GT by saying he's not the best or something. No, I think this character's ridiculous. I play him and not Kid Buu, and I think Kid Buu's better. But GT does more what I need overall, and Kid Buu does what maybe everyone needs overall. I guess is the best way of ending this. Cool. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, definitely let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll see you next time. Peace.